And so she's in full training.
She's in training, but not for avalanche, because she can't be avalanche.
Why?
She's female.
Why not?
In France, no females.
Because of law?
Because of the scent of a woman puts the men off. Yeah.
Wow. Let's start with that.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, can we talk about that?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I mean, wow, like the interview started. This is amazing. My name's Matt. I'm from Outside and Active, and this is the National Snow Show Extra with Outside and Active and In the Snow. And today I'm joined by Caroline Elliott, and we were just talking about dog scents.
Yeah, talking about dog scents. So very interesting. Obviously, a lot of avalanche dogs are extremely long noses.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know, the longer your nose you've got, the better scent you're going to have.
Sure.
Or scent capacity.
Okay.
We were just mentioning Kayla, and Kayla's female.
Yeah.
Previous avalanche dog was male, and in France, she ain't going to be working. She's female.
And why? So Kayla's down here. So if we occasionally look down and stroke, that's why. It's not that there's some weird stroking thing going on under the table. It was the dog.
It's black hairy thing.
Yeah, exactly. But so why? Excuse my ignorance. But why can't the female dogs?
Because generally, avalanches are quite large areas.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is we have to sectorise them in the sense that we have to make 4 sectors.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 4 sectors. The theory behind it is that if you put a female wherever, dog obviously, working, and you've got 3 male dogs, if they're a little bit put off, they'll go and look for the female as opposed to looking for the person under the snow.
Yeah, okay.
So what they've done in France, they've decided, no go, we're going to just go with, they could have gone, we'd just go with all females.
Female.
But you don't think in France, it's not going to happen, no.
Okay.
So Kayla's not destined, she could go to Italy.
Right.
She'd go to Switzerland, other countries. And
but do the other countries then have like sort of same-sex teams, as it were?
No,
dogs?
no, they're mixed.
Wow. Okay.
And
I feel like there's so many questions there that we could uncover.
No, it's France is France, so yeah.
But how's it? What's it like, sort of training a dog? So she's not training for snow.
She's training for. She's man trailing.
Man trailing.
Yeah.
What's man trailing?
Man trailing. You trail a man or female.
Yeah.
It's tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Or pisting, as you say in French, say pistage.
Okay.
Normally I say to Kayla. She's got to sleep.
She's
so tired.
It's been a busy day.
There's been a busy weekend. Yeah. Pisting or trailing or tracking, and there are a little bit different between the 2 things, but you're taking a piece of clothing underneath, generally a t-shirt or underwear, and the dog will take that scent, and then they will trail. So they'll follow where that person's walked.
Okay, wow.
So she's going to be doing that because she's not allowed to do the other one, and it's there's other reasons I've decided I just want her to do
Focus
that.
on that.
And it's a new discipline for me. I like to learn something new regularly, so I've decided Kayla's going to be doing man trailing.
How far can they actually follow a trail? I mean, is it as long as the scent strong?
Depends on whether it's wet.
Okay.
It depends if it's an urban area. So you imagine you go searching and you've got loads and loads of people walking everywhere. It just depends on lots of different things, but they can go up to a kilometre, they can go. Also the trail's a little bit older, that it's easier for them to follow. I'm just starting out, so I'm learning myself, but
sure.
She's pretty good. She kind of not put everyone to shame, but I took her on a training course in Wales this summer, and she's only done a couple of, I don't know how many days, but I said, do you mind if I come along and just try her out? And she just went straight.
She was on it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I was just like, oh, she did really well. I'm like going, yeah, she did. Good girl. So she knows what she's doing, But she's the same stock as my other dog, but not related.
Are they not?
No, because they're not related because, I haven't told you this one.
Oh no. Where are we going now? I feel like there's something here I don't want to know. Go ahead, tell us.
The reason I've got Kayla is because my previous avalanche dog was such an incredible dog, hence me writing this book, and hence me completely going, he was the best dog.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to breed from him, they said, in the UK it's complicated, he's French, mixing stock, and it was just complicated. Yeah. So this German lady who she breeds in Cumbria, she said, you can go and get his his sperm taken. So for his
Right.
birthday.
For his birthday.
Went into a place in Preston called Fit and Fertile.
Amazing.
And he had something for his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, he was not very happy.
I hope he had a bit of a treat afterwards.
He was like going.
Nice walk.
And the guy was
afterwards.
just like, "Do you want to have a look?" So I had a look on a microscope, and and then he started going, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "Is there a problem?" He's like, "Oh." I said, "What's the matter? Does he ejaculate often?" And I said, "I really don't know, because it's 80% sperm count for a 9-year-old dog. That's jolly good." I said, "Well, he loves cushions. He leaves little white marks. So yeah, I'm hoping." It's just like, please,
Amazing.
if it works, yeah, we're going to breed, and
Okay.
then I will have an avalanche dog.
Yeah.
I'll choose a male,
Yeah.
and then that will be. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
That doesn't work. Yeah, but it's
We'll
try.
have a go.
Oh, incredible.
So, yeah.
Okay, so back on snow, because won't get that out of my head for a little while, and we will touch on your book in a minute as well, because I think that's also quite interesting. I'm definitely not being distracted by that conversation. But how does it work in snow? Like, how can they smell through snow? Because it's obviously, if an avalanche has come down, it's covered in theory fresh powder
Yeah.
or snow, whatever type. But how do they find people?
Okay,
does
so
it
a dog is like any sniffer dog. They're trained on their toy, so they are obsessed with this one toy. So you get them into training mode. It takes a long while. I mean, generally in France, you pass avalanche dogs around about 2 years. They have to be a minimum of 1 year, but they can go 2.5. I think the maximum is 4 years now. They can't go any later than 4 years for the training for them because it's too old, they think. So, but that whole kind of obsession with a toy. So they think someone's under the snow, and the smell will basically filters out. So the lighter the snow, generally, which is what you find in Japan, and you don't find that in the Alps.
Yeah.
It's really dry powder. It has a lot of air in
Yeah,
it,
so a lot of
so it will
pockets,
come up
Okay.
quicker in theory.
Yeah.
When you go to the Pyrenees and you get some lovely wet, horrific slushy snow, it will filtrate but a lot slower. So the spring snow, when you have spring snow avalanches, the dog is going to have a lot more difficulty detecting, and also it will drain out. So it will drain in different angles. So a dog, they will scratch and wag their tail and bark, and they'll woof woof, and that's got an indication for us. But they could indicate like 2 meters down or 2 meters up.
Oh, because it's drifted.
Yeah,
through.
because it's filtered
Wow,
through.
okay.
So when if someone's like, there's someone there, so you probe with your probe, and they're not because they're 2 meters above. So you've got to go, okay, let's do a zone round
Little
there.
circle around
And
the area.
but I don't know do you know how long it takes for the smell to come up,
No,
for example?
no idea. No.
Well, they say, depending on the type of snow, again, it can take like 20 to 30 minutes
Oh, really?
for 1 metre of snow.
Oh, wow. For 1 metre.
Yeah,
so
and we
if it's
know the
big.
kind of stats is like 15 minutes for a good chance of survival, and after
Right,
that it
okay.
goes down rapidly.
Yeah.
But then you have the extreme cases, like we had in, what was it, 2014, when we pulled out a little girl.
Oh, really?
She'd been under over 2 hours.
Right.
Whole family were taken off because there was they were walking on a road which was shut due to avalanche danger, as you do.
Yeah.
Resort was shut due to avalanche danger. And what do you do? Oh, we go and walk on the road, which is shut due to avalanche danger. Big funnel of wet, lovely Pyrenean snow came down, took them off the road.
Right.
All off. Mum and Dad came out. Mum, Dad, one was half covered.
Yeah.
They got out the parents and they literally had to wait for the search team to search for their kids. Can you imagine?
Wow.
And the little girl, we went with my colleague. His dog indicated. Fjord indicated a bit, but not enough for me to say. But they pulled the last one out over 2 hours.
And alive?
Alive. Yeah.
Wow.
Alive.
Wow.
31, 32 degrees, so really hypothermic.
Yeah, very much so.
But she came out.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
So that's kind of the,
So maybe there's a good sort of segue, but like when even experienced people, it's the same going to the beaches and you think the surf looks okay, but you don't listen to the lifeguard.
Yeah.
What are the sort of like typical things that people going out into the snow, families or otherwise, can look for as warnings, as signs, but then what can they do to sort of prepare for the just in case type scenario?
Well, if you're in a resort, as I was saying in my talk earlier and yesterday, you get all these signs up, ski patrol. As I say, ski patrol are a certain type of person. We're actually quite lazy. We love to ski, hence we're not ski instructors. So we like to ski around and look cool, and a lot of guys like to
enjoy it.
So we don't like putting signs up if we don't have to. So generally we put only signs up which are essential, because otherwise we get we get quite, you know, we were not going to put them up. We don't want to put loads of signs up. So we put the ones we put up, which basically are slow down, slow down, because there's other people, there's a potential of a collision.
Okay.
But the big no-go area is when it says shut.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Everyone, for some reason, sees shut and they go, oh, that must be good.
It must be good snow.
But no, don't. Because also the other thing is, it could be good snow, but there's going to be either rocks underneath, there's going to be either avalanche danger, there's going to be either cliff, there's going to be stuff there. It's closed for a reason. Ski patrol, also we've got a percentage of lifts have to be open, otherwise the ski pass gets reduced. So we're put on pressure each day to open as much as we can. Yeah. So if we don't open a slope, there's a really good reason why we haven't opened it. Otherwise, and also when you go down that slope and it's shut, your insurance is void.
Right.
So you have a major accident.
Yeah.
Your insurance will go, look on this, the rescue kind of form. Oh, that was shut.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You'll be paying that.
So
literally, and then if you injure someone below you, if there's an avalanche, you set an avalanche off that person's below.
Oh, I see.
Your insurance is void, and you will end up. That's manslaughter, so you'll end up. Well, you can imagine the whole thing. But as I say, respect the signs. They're there for you to have a good time, but also to make you safe. And things like avalanche flags now, they've all changed. The colour system is a bit like a traffic light, so the green is the lowest, and then going up to your red and black. And it's just logical. When it's red, don't go. It's like, and be equipped. And the other thing is, these lovely ABS, it's avalanche bags, which you plate. Superhero kind of thing.
Yeah, so one today, the big airbag.
Exactly. They're great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they can have this, I'd say this whole phenomenon of the superhero, I put it on, I'll be fine.
So false sense of security.
Yeah, exactly. And they've actually did a study on that, about how that people do have a tendency to take more risks because they're wearing them. Yeah. So, you've got all the equipment, that's wonderful. Do you know how to use it? A lot of people put in their backpack, they go, we've got it all, we're okay, got the transceiver. Do you know how to use your transceiver? Oh, no. Right. Yes, you turn it on. It's a slight no. I would always recommend that, adults going out. You go on a ski trip, whether it's 4 days, 5 days, 2 weeks. The first evening you get there, you're a bit knackered. You go to the bar if you drink or whatever, or cafe. You find an area of snow. Before you go in to have your coffee, is go and hide a transeive and have a test.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Or even a competition. I don't want to say drinking competition, but you know what I mean. Oh, sorry. Hello, she's woken up. Make it into a kind of game. You can actually do it even before you leave. Yeah. A park.
Yeah, just
bushes,
to make sure it's
anywhere,
working and you know how it's working.
Yeah, and the batteries, make sure you go whether, brand new batteries. I mean, Autovox have brought out this incredible one, which actually charges now on USB. Sorry. She's groaning.
I think you're boring her. Has she heard this before?
She's like, when I'm going home, when am I going to eat my supper? USB cable, which charges I think it's 200 hours worth. But batteries, make sure your batteries are 100%. It's like, I'll save it a bit more. It's like 70%, but it's just like, well, that is what it's going to save you.
It could be
how much is batteries?
You need, right?
So, but also knowing your equipment and practicing. Yeah. It's just like, why it's going to save your life, or you're going to save the life of someone else.
Make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah,
it's just a typical thing,
So maybe finally, you created a book called Fjord's Mountain Mission, with some amazing illustrations.
Yeah.
And we'll sort of share some of that later. But so just tell us a little bit about the book. Like, what's it for?
It's the book, which is kind of created out of all of Fjord's little adventures up the hill, which I used to write down. When he did something funny, I used to write it down just when I came out. I used to I did it about ski patrol, but I also did it what he did. And I did a lot of education, so I was always the ski patroller. Go, can you go and do the class of 30 kids, talk to them because you've got the dog? And again, I said ski patrols are lazy. If they can not engage with anyone, we call them sauvage. If they don't want to speak to anyone, they won't speak to anyone. So push Caroline, the foreigner, kind of the English girl, down, and she'll talk to them and they'll love it. So I really enjoyed it. I was like, God, this is actually really enjoy educating kids. And Fjord used to do really stupid things like grab them and tug them around, whatever dogs do.
Bit of a play.
Yeah, children. So I thought, wow, I could put this into a book because they're all coming up to do these snow safety things, but it'd be great if they can access that, from their beds or from their lounge or before they even get to the hill. Get up the hill, learning, in the or take it on holiday with them. We're going to do an ebook at some point. I haven't done that as of yet, but through the big C thing, which we had the last couple of years. Don't like to mention the word. I just was not working, and I just thought, let's just focus and do this. And I had very difficult time finding finance for the book.
Yeah.
But I managed to get the Cumbrian Chamber of Commerce. They had something which helped me, and I found an incredible illustrator who's done. I don't know how many illustrations. She's like, she's done an incredible job. And she wasn't a skier, as I was saying. She's not a so I had to kind of describe things, send photos. It was an incredible journey. And she came yesterday and signed a few.
Magic.
Yeah, and it's just a way to pass the safety message, but not in a dry way. It's not like going, here your rules, learn them. It's not like school.
Well,
it's like, you know.
I think also, especially for kids, you know, when they build up to holidays like this, it's like it's part of the mission, sort of coming on holiday. So actually, if you also know your kids start to take it in a bit more, in theory, you as a parent might feel more safer.
And also they get there, and I know when I learned to ski, I was scared even to go to ski school. It's funny when I look back.
Wow.
I was just like the whole go with a ski instructor I don't know. So if they know about the resort and they know about things and they feel safe, they learn about an accident and how it happens and how it's, you know, it can be dealt with, and they learn about the snowmaking machines. So they learn about the whole resort. They're not just arrive there and go, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Because that's what happens a lot of the time, and the parents will go, right, you're going to ski school, and they're pushing the ski. So I was talking to one of the ESF guys, because they were opposite the talk, and I was saying, you know, you have one good instructor, majority are good, don't get me wrong, but you get a couple who might not, and they're not going to teach the kids the rules. So I thought, just get it out of a book. For me, it's more of a emotional journey, because it's my avalanche dog who was incredible. So I thought, just put it all down, and it's ended up in this incredible book endorsed by some incredible people like Autovox, the FIS, which is the International Ski Federation, and the FIPS, which is the International Ski Patrol Federation. So.
Amazing. If people want to buy it, where can they find it?
It's going to be out in about a month's time online.
Okay.
So they're going to be pushing out the I'm doing self-publishing or print on demand.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be as ecologically friendly as possible, and it might be in Waterstones. I'm dealing with them at the moment. Okay. But if not, they can contact me on my site, which is Fjordsar. Send me an email. I'll put them on a mailing list, and once it comes out, I can ping that out. Okay. But if not, just keep an eye out. It's going to be out there, I'd say, in a month's time. We're ready for Christmas. Okay, fantastic. But yeah. So it's going to be good. Amazing. Caroline, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed the conversation. I know I learned a little bit as I'm sort of still getting back to snow stuff. So it's, thank you very much for your time today. Yeah, and this is Kayla. Should we maybe try and get Kayla up? Kayla? If she's up for it. Oh, cha. Let's see. Can you come up and get Kayla to say hello to everyone? Absolutely. Come on, Danny. Up. She's so tall as well. There we go. Amazing. There you go. Say hello to everyone. It's like, I'm really tired. Do I have to? That's a proper tired face, isn't it? It's just like everyone's, stroked. Yeah. Stroked so much, I can't be stroked anymore. It's quite a traction for a lot of people as you're walking around shows like this, isn't it? Can I touch the dog? It's like, if I was given £1 every time someone stroked a dog, I wouldn't need to do it. I was going to say, it's kind of like that funds your book, right? And also, just one quickly, with that book, I'm set up 20% of the profits from the book will be then reinvested into my company, which does snow education for kids, so I'll go into schools. And, brilliant. They can have a piece of Kayla. I'm going to go back to that. No, I've had enough. That's amazing. Well, Caroline and Kayla, thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you everyone else for watching as well. This is the National Snow Show Extra by Outside and Active and In the Snow. And head over to outsideandactive.com for more content like this. Thank you very much.